And I will agree with that. I will agree with Chris on this one. Like, kudos to that, because, you know, he does seem like a rebel and all that stuff, and he has his own little agendas at times. But I want to really believe, like Chris, he's like Han Solo, where in the end he will do the right thing. And I also agree with the whole Chewbacca thing. That was pretty funny. Saying that Nick is the Chewbacca to Strand is pretty adorable. But this new character, he definitely has an agenda. I mean, come on, he's way too calm. He's way too prim and proper, and it's like, are you for real? I mean, don't get me wrong, the first 5 seasons of Walking Dead, it's true, you do not see a character like Victor Strand, where he's like freaking prim and proper, and he's like nice and calm and all that, and he would literally walk up to a dude that's like dying and being eaten up by a walker slowly, grabbing his cufflinks? Are you serious? The only person that in the original Walking Dead that's even close to that, I want to say, is Father Gabriel, mainly because despite all the madness and chaos, Father Gabriel is still like priestly and in his priestly attire and all that stuff, and he acts the way he dressed, you know. It's pretty much, that's the closest I'll get to Victor Strand would have to be Father Gabriel. But I don't know, you guys put in the comments if you trust him. I don't know if I could trust him. That's really up to you guys, but yeah, something's sketch about this fool right now. I don't know what it is. He just rubs me off, but as kind of sketch. But his somewhat growing relationship, I'm gonna say relationship, because he's starting to grow a mini bond with Nick, and as you saw in the car, he was like telling Madison, "I like you," and all that stuff, right? So there's some hope that maybe Nick will be his moral compass or something. Put whatever hidden agenda he has, maybe he has a hidden agenda. Maybe Nick will steer him in the right path. I don't know. But the one thing that really got to me in this entire season finale, I'm already at my 17 mark. I feel bad right now. What really struck me is the fact that was the final death of the season finale. We already got Griselda, who died, I believe, in the episode beforehand, which is 5. But when I knew something wasn't right with Lisa, when they were in Strand's house, and Lisa just goes up to her son and hugs him like a bone-crushing hug and tells him, "I love you." I know, like, some people will say that, you know, we escaped the walkers, we're somewhat safe, you know, and you say, "I love you guys," and all that stuff, but I knew something was up because the way she hugged him and said, "I love you," the way she hugged him and the way she said, "I love you" to her son, it sounded very final. Like, it pretty much rung in my head, like, I'll understand if you hug your family and, you know, especially if you're a mother and you hug your child and you feel like you're safe, you escaped and all that stuff. You hug them and say you love them, right? But the way she did it with her son, she made it seem very final, and that's what triggered, like, something's going down. Like, something had to go down. The way she hugged him, the way she said "I love you," something wasn't right, and it made it sound like a final goodbye to her son, without him knowing what she was doing, you know what I mean? And I'm not surprised that Madison, when she as you saw in her face, she saw that hug and the "I love you," and you could see in her face she was kind of suspicious of that too, because it sounded final. I'm pretty sure if you guys commented, you pretty much will agree with me. The way she did it, it looked and sounded so final when it happened. Hang on, wait. Sorry, I'm hungry. Like, let's, I'm sorry, I'm trailing off right now because I'm in moral shock of everything, and I'm gonna drink some water. Anyway, like, and when she left, and the fact that, you know, Madison followed her, something had to go down. Lisa just straight up, pretty much, she practically ran out that door, if you think about it. She was like hella fast going out that door, because I saw her I heard the door, and then I looked, when they turned the camera and looked, she was just gone already. I was like, damn. So, she practically ran out that door, and Madison practically chased her. And I feel like, you know, it's an interesting thing that it was Madison who ended up following Lisa, you know what I mean? Considering they have a dude in common. But, like, I had a flashback. I did see the episode where, if I remember correctly, when Madison told Lisa if she ever got bit or infected and all that shit, she told Lisa to, like, end her so she doesn't turn into one of those things, or so shit, what was his name? Forgot the dude's name already. This is bad. Mother pucker, what's his name? Not Daniel. Travis, there you go, sorry. But anyway, like, she even said, you know, don't make Travis do it to Lisa. I had a feeling it was gonna be like that. Only difference is that Lisa is the one that something was up with Lisa, and Maddie would be the one doing that instead. And I turned out to be right, which really sucked, because then you find out Lisa was... It looked like she was scratched, judging by the mark. It didn't look like she was bitten. And plus, like, when she was struggling in the... Because she obviously got that scratch or bite, whatever, when they were in the kitchens of the facility they were breaking out of. But, like, even in the struggle, it didn't look like she was bitten. It looked like she was scratched. Even the mark looks like a giant scratch mark. But, you could correct me if I'm wrong on this one. But anyway, like, to see that scratch or bite on Lisa, I was like, oh god, this ain't good. Especially when, like, before you see Maddie and Lisa talking to each other, you actually do see Travis, like, watching. He sees Madison take off after Lisa, and you know that Travis is most likely following Maddie. I'm gonna call her Maddie. You saw how Travis saw Madison take off and follow Lisa, so you know that Travis is obviously following Madison, wondering what the hell's going on. And so it's like, when you see that mark on Lisa, and you know that Travis is probably not that far away, because he followed Madison, it's just wrong on so many levels, because, come on, Lisa is Travis's ex-wife, the mother of his only child. You know that there's somewhat of a bond there. No matter how bad, you know, she gave life to his only child, you know? There is a bond there. So, like, when Lisa asked Madison to shoot, I was like, damn, that was a reflection of what Madison told Lisa when she feared that it would happen to her, but ended up, the tables were turned, it was the other way around. And the fact that last moment that Travis had with Lisa, when she asked him and begged him, you know, to take care of their son and all that stuff, and please don't let me turn into one of them, it was just so heartbreaking, because I was like, that's her last words about her only child, you know, protect him, and, like, you know, to her ex-husband, you know, maybe it was a first love thing, and, you know, it's like, please don't let me turn into one of them, and please take care of our son. And it's like, and she trusted him, or Madison, you know, to, end her, you know, and it was really hard knowing the fact that she was crying, she was holding his hand, she was bent over, getting ready for that shot, and you know he was gonna do it. But then they panned the camera over to her son, who's talking to Madison's daughter, Alicia, and they're just happy, obviously happy, having a good time. All of a sudden you hear the bullet go off, and they stop. And then they pan over to Daniel and his daughter. And, well, obviously the daughter's resting, but Daniel's obviously awake, and he hears a shot, he's all confused. And then also you see Nick and Strand, and they stop and all that stuff. Everything just seems to, like, stop for all of them in the rest of the house. And then you see, oh my god, you see Lisa's son, and you see Alicia running down to the source of the gunshot, and then you see poor Travis walking alone on the beach in shock, and it is just wrong. the feels right now. I knew not everyone was gonna live. I knew that. Like I said, not everyone from the first season cast, especially the first people you see in The Walking Dead, not all of them live. And I knew that all of the ones in this group were gonna live, especially after what happened to Griselda and all that. But them feels though, knowing that it was Travis that shot and put down his own ex-wife, the mother of his son, and you see the shock in his face, and he's just completely heartbroken, and then he like falls to the ground on the beach and cries, and then Madison ends up there to comfort him. And the worst part is when Chris actually sees he's there, he's crying over his mother's dead body, and you see the bullet wound in her head, and it was just, no, I don't know what to say about that. I really don't. And if I was any of those characters, I'd be in shock. But if I was a member of Lisa's family, like if I was Travis or if I was Chris, I would definitely be freaking heartbroken. Especially Travis. You know, if my ex and like, if I was Travis and, you know, my ex-wife, who I did at one point love, hence why she was my wife at one point, and the mother of my only child, I'd be, man. Fear the Walking Dead. Good job on tugging my heartstrings in the first season, guys. Good job. But anyway, like, yeah, that, it was a really tug your heartstring moment. It really was. That was a very good season finale. It really, like, it levels of, especially Travis. Amen to the guy who plays Travis. Hang on, wait. I believe, let me see his name. Amen to, stop moving, oh my god. Amen to Cliff Curtis, who plays Travis, for that scene where you broke down like that. Oh my god, tears right now. And to Elizabeth Rodriguez, who plays Lisa Ortiz. Ortiz? Is it Ortiz? I cannot pronounce it, sorry. I said Ortiz, didn't I? Elizabeth Rodriguez, you amazing woman, because seriously, that you and Cliff Curtis did an amazing job at that scene. Congrats on that. And that's pretty much my thoughts about the season finale. It really did pull at the heartstrings. Probably, this is amazing enough, it probably pulled more heartstrings in this season finale than it did with the original Walking Dead season 1, mainly because you see, like, in the original one, Rick didn't put down his wife. He didn't put Lori down. It was Carl, her own son. And, not that I'm aware of, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have not yet seen a spouse or an ex-spouse had to put down their, you know, spouse or ex-spouse like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, because in the original Walking Dead, how many of them are married besides, you know, like, Rick and Lori? Rick didn't put down Lori. Carl did. And we all know that, Lori and Shane had a thing, right? And Lori didn't put down Shane, and Shane didn't put down Lori. Again, Carl put down Lori, and Shane was killed by Carl. Well, Carl killed both. And Glenn and Maggie are married, and then, they're still alive. Herschel's wives, you know, the one that gave pretty much the mother of Maggie, you don't even see her in The Walking Dead. You see a Walker version of Beth's mother, which is Herschel's second wife. But Herschel wasn't the one that put her down, and she was already a Walker. So you don't see many married people or ex-spouses that have to put each other down. This, I think out of so far all 5 seasons of the original Walking Dead, we have yet to see a spouse have to put down their own spouse, or like an ex-spouse in this case. So yeah, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is the first time in Walking Dead history that you actually see a spouse or an ex-spouse have to put down, you know, their significant other. It's just, wow. Holy shit. But yeah,